Dressed up in suits and sponsored Danny because he's been getting picked on bad at recess, and we didn't like that because he's a band of brothers for us, and he's a very good friend for us, and we don't want to see him getting picked on.
I know you remember that. It was a moment so touching. A young man overwhelmed with his support for a friend who was being teased. A Bridgewater boy named Danny Keefe, who can easily say tonight he has some of the best friends that a person could hope for. We told you about Danny last night here at Fox in our Something Good segment. We do it every day. He was teased at school. Danny has a little trouble speaking sometimes because he suffers from apraxia. That's a speech disorder. And he did suffer a brain hemorrhage earlier in life. And doctors told his parents that he would have serious disabilities. Guess what? He doesn't. This is a young man who chooses to wear a suit and tie every day. He's also the official water coach for the Bridgewater Badgers Division V Pee Wee football team. And look who we have here. As promised, can you see us? I feel like we're all lost in here. This is a band of brothers, strength in numbers, and here they are. You boys, I'm telling you, all of you, have been an example to the world to stand together and basically let us know simply to just be nice to each other and having each other's back. Here right now is Danny Keefe. Say hi, Danny.
Hi. And the Danimal Army team too.
Oh, and who's on
Daniel's Army team?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that part. Did you see that I missed that in the teleprompter? And everybody, tell everybody who this is. This is Tommy Cooney. And Tommy, you made me cry yesterday. Oh, you like that? You think that's funny? Tell me, you were just watching that with me. How did that feel?
It felt good to know that Danny knows that we love him and we have his back.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry again? You can't do that to me again. And when you said the phrase "band of brothers," what did you mean by that?
I meant that our coach always called us a band of brothers, and we always think as Danny as one of those brothers. So we always let him participate in our practices. He always is there tackling dummies.
Yep. You think that's funny, you guys? And why did you choke up like that? Why did that touch you when you were talking to our cameras yesterday?
Because it doesn't make me feel good when kids pick on Danny. So I thought that he
That's
makes,
all right. Take your time.
He makes me emotional because it hurts me to hear that he's getting picked on at school.
And what do you know what that means to Danny, right? Do you know what that means to him to know that you feel like that about him? What does it mean to you, Danny?
Very happy.
It makes you very happy. It does. And that must make you feel better because you feel like kids shouldn't be picked on. And you know what, guys, we always say, how do you stop picking on kids? How do you stop teasing? But you guys, oh, wipe those tears. You guys have really showed us just by being this band of brothers and sister. That's what makes the difference right there, am I right?
Yeah.
We do all these seminars and we talk, but you tell us the trick. You tell us what this meant and how this stopped the teasing. Let everybody know what you did, all of you.
Well, I started by, in the car, I had a suit, and I said I'm gonna wear a suit on Monday for Danny.
Because Danny always dresses up.
Yes, and then I told a friend, and then a friend, and then a friend told a friend. So, and then it all started. And then Danny's grandfather wrote a letter, and it made me
say it.
You can say it. It is your turn.
Lang kepa lawate marches to down so well, I will get the word.
His grandpa wrote a letter.
Your grandpa wrote a letter.
I will go what I want to say.
And what did it say?
He wanted to let everyone know what Tommy was doing for him.
This is Mom and Dad right here. I mean, when you see all of this, how does it make you feel? Did you watch it on Fox last night? I know you did.
Once or twice. Yeah.
Once or twice. You watch it all over and over again. And how does this make you feel?
We're very emotional. They've always been so nice to Danny, and we've always trusted Danny with them. And so it's everyday life for us, but to see it come full circle and really gather around him and wear suits for him, it's overwhelming.
It's amazing that just a simple act that Tommy said, let me go and get a suit on and let me put a tie on, because that's what Danny does. And then you guys came up with this Danny Appreciation Day. Tell me about that. Well, you want to tell me.
What's your favorite day, Danny?
I came out of the hospital.
When you came out of the hospital, that was your favorite day? When you came out of the hospital,
that was your favorite day?
Yeah.
What do you think, Danny, when you look at all of these boys, your band of brothers?
I love them very much.
You love them very much?
And I love them because they always have my back.
You thank God that they always have your back. That is beautiful. And how does that make you guys feel?
Great.
Doesn't it? Awesome. Go ahead, say it. It makes you feel awesome. That is awesome. So when he went to bed that night after Danny Appreciation Day, what did he say to you guys? It's worth reminding you, even though we already said it.
He started to cry, and I just said, "What's the matter?" And I hugged him, and he just said he felt so loved, and that's my wish for him every night. Instead of thinking about anything of the bad things that would have happened to him during the day. So he'll go to bed every night remembering this.
That's all right. The boss is just standing right there. It's not a problem. You don't. It's just you're breaking the set. Not a big deal. But that as parents. So it must have devastated you to even think that he was being teased.
It did, and when he comes and cries to you, your heart breaks because you can't fix it. And the school has been great when we've reached out to let them know that this is happening.
Is it over now?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where they're younger kids. They're 5, 6, 7-year-old kids. They're just not educated on what apraxia is. So when they look at Danny and they say, how come you might talk funny? And as a parent, it breaks your heart. But you watch these kids here, and the way they stick together, it's amazing. Tommy, I tip my cap to you. Here's a kid who came up with an idea, and I think it kind of goes against the grain of what all these other 5th graders are doing, where, hey, I'm gonna wear a suit. Well, why are you gonna wear a suit? Well, I'm standing up for a friend of mine who's being teased, and that's what it was teasing. And he just said, let's do it. And now you look around, you have 40, 45 kids that all stuck together and said, you know what, this is the right thing to do. And I'm just proud that these kids are doing the right thing.
I am proud too. We do so many stories like this, you guys, and I'm telling you, you showed us all that just coming together, all of you, and accepting and not accepting that he was being teased and picked on, right? And we as parents, we try to teach that, teachers try to teach that, but I think that all of you guys taught us the best lesson of all. That's banding together, your band of brothers, and doing all that. How about a tip of the cap to the audience? And what would you like to say to everybody? I know we showed before at 5 o'clock in case people didn't watch, because you were very proud of this. Tell everybody what this is.
A little American flag.
A little American flag. And what would you like to say to the people out there here who are watching Fox 25?
Mom, I gave that so you know what happened to my brain.
Oh, he wants to let everybody know that he had a brain hemorrhage when he was born, and this is why he talks the way he does.
Mom, it's okay.
When he came home from the hospital, I'm going to help you out here a little bit. When he came home from the hospital, the doctors basically told us that he had a grade 4 bleed in his brain, and they didn't know where it came from, and that it was 100% survivable, but they didn't know if he was going to be able to walk, talk, do anything. They said that he could have had cerebral palsy and.
But look at him now.
And now you look at him
He's
now
sitting right here on the set. Better dressed than Mark Ockerbloom. Ready? Stand up. Let's see. Look at this kid. Okay, seriously? Look at that. Ock, you better look out. Come on over, Ock. Because Ock gave one of the kids his ties. So you give a good little wave right there, Danny. And everybody tip your cap. And thanks for the lesson, all you guys. We'll be right back.
Danny, give me 5.
Yeah, Danny.
Good job, boys. Good job.